Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan here. Welcome to answers for Ask DanQ episode 4. This part in particular is for the YouTube comments on the video itself, which was the most basic and easy way for you to ask me questions, and definitely the one that's going to be the longest since I got the most of them on here. So if my computer would scroll, thank you. Okay, so let's start off from the first one. There's 84 to go through, so bear with me. First little thing comes from Luke Hurley 1, and he just says he's first. Well, congratulations. See, that's what I don't understand, you guys. I mean, if you're gonna put your first, like, because I know what people do. This is what they do. They see it, go down, quick, comment, first. Yeah, no. Don't do that. If you're gonna do that, at least ask a question on a question video. Come on. But anyways, congratulations for being first here. I'll give you a prize later. Anyway, next question comes from 20DNA00. Hey Dan, just so glad your voice doesn't sound so swelled up now. Ha, thanks, yeah. It actually, honestly guys, I just want to make something quick, make a quick comment about that. I was one of the lucky ones. I think I was probably one of the very few people who had little to zero swelling, pain. I had no pain, you guys. I just was very cautious of what I ate, so I didn't rip any stitches or anything like that. All four corners are perfectly healed. It took maybe a day. I was feeling good on the second day, you guys. I got lucky. But anyways. Anyway, I have one question, but I'll message you after this video, so I'll bet it was a private question. I probably answered it already. Next question comes from the purple one up. Would you ever plank in the middle of the street? No way in hell would I ever do that, because I am, like I said before, no way in hell am I any means a serious planker, and I would never do that, risk my life in that manner for something as stupid as planking. Alright, next question comes from Nice Bowl of Cereal 21. My question is for my V-Day. B-Day. I think you meant B-Day. My birthday. I'm hosting an open lobby. Wondering if you could join. It's going to be September 21st or 22nd. I don't think I'll be able to make that, man, because if you know, September 20th is the release of Gears of War 3, and I'll be very busy with that one, so I don't know if I could make it. If you did it on a less busy occasion, I'm sure I could join you, but that's a no-go, I'm afraid. Alright, let's go to the next page. Comment removed. I am a YouTube comment. That comes from Don't Mess with TM. Congratulations, buddy. And Castro95, this sentence ends with a period. What is it with people in these weird comments? Like, what are you thinking? Like, honestly, I mean, I get this isn't very serious, but good God, man. Anyways, moving on. This one comes from XMags. Dan, I was playing Skate 2 again today, and find that Skate 2 is more enjoyable than Skate 3. What do you think is better, and do you think they'll make another EA Skate game? Well, I gotta agree with you on that one. I think Skate 2 brought more to the table. Let me explain myself. I feel the same way, like I said before about this. I feel the same way as I do about the Halo games. Halo 2 was phenomenal because of all the major changes, whereas Halo 3 didn't have as many serious changes. That's what Skate 3 did. Skate 3 didn't have many new changes. The only thing new was dark slides and underflips. That's all that was new. But Skate 2 allowed you to get off your board. It allowed there was a bunch of things. I can't remember. There's more, but it was just more of a change. And you're like, my goodness, you know what I mean? But the thing with Skate 3 is they allowed basically an advanced camera right away. You didn't have to pay for it. That was nice. But I gotta say, the city of Skate 2, San Vanalona, is way more enjoyable than in Skate 3, which I can't remember the name of the city. But regardless, I enjoyed Skate 2, and I played Skate 2 way longer than I did Skate 3, so that's my answer. Alright, next question comes from Elpo Coro. Hope I said that correctly. What edition of Gears of War 3 are you getting? Okay, so I did mention a little while ago in a channel update that certain games I want to get the best edition for, mainly because I'm either a big fan of the series, or I just think it looks good, or I just think it's a good enough story that it deserves to get a collector's edition. Gears of War 3 is no exception. I am getting the Epic Edition of Gears of War 3. Now, here's the catch here. I am getting the Epic Edition. However, I went to pre-order all my games. I went to pre-order it at, I believe it was in June. No, that doesn't seem right. No, this was in July. Early July, I went to go pre-order a bunch of games that were coming up in September, August and September. And so I went to pre-order and I asked for Gears 3 and I said, "Oh, please, the Epic Edition of Gears 3." And they're like, "You can't get the Epic Edition." I'm like, "What? It doesn't come out for like another 3 months." They're like, "Yeah, they stopped doing pre-orders for the Epic Edition back in like June." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So I totally missed the announcement of the Epic Edition that was released in May, around when the beta was closing. And you had to do it within the first month or you couldn't get it. How dumb is that? However, I found a saving grace. If you order it online through Best Buy, they'll deliver it to you. The reason they can't send any more is because they need to know how a select amount to send to that particular store that you're picking it up from. Since they only make a select few, it's a private order, so to speak. So basically what that means is I've already paid for it in full. I already have the Gears of War Epic Edition. It's just not out yet. But since the way they work it, I probably won't get it on the 20th. So I'm keeping my pre-order for the regular edition of Gears of War 3. I'll pick that up on the 20th, do an unboxing of that, and when I get the Epic Edition, I'll do another unboxing for that video. I mean, depending when I get my Epic Edition, which is probably going to be later in the week. Like, it even said it would be as late as October, which is kind of dumb, but hopefully it won't be that long. But if I get that, because they ship it from Canada, so it's not a big deal. It's they send it to the warehouse, and then they ship it from the warehouse to your location. So, but regardless, that's what I'm getting, because I think it'll be a nice collectible, one of the last Gears games, as far as I can from what I know. And that, just let you know, I was really happy when I was able to remedy the situation and get my Gears of War 3 Epic Edition. You could also buy it on EB Games, but they're uppricing it. One of them was $800. I was like, who in their right mind would buy that? But regardless, let's move it on. Comes from Calipari Player. Dan, will you do an Alice Madness Returns playthrough? Game looks pretty epic. Okay, for those of you who haven't been with me long enough, you'll know that if I don't do a game within the first few months of its release, I won't be doing it at all. I will, unless, of course, I state so. But most of the time, if you don't see it, if I don't make a mention of it, if it's not on the list, chances are it won't be done. So, unfortunately, because of what's coming up, August is pretty bare, but it's a busy week for me in terms of my vacation, because I'm taking my vacation. Busy month, excuse me. So, I won't be able to do any major playthroughs. I mean, I will be doing some things. Like, for example, pretty soon I'll start to re-upload the videos that I deleted. I'll make a channel update for that, so you guys don't get freaked out and you're like, "Oh my god, what's going on here?" I'll let you know in that more detail. So, anyway, so no, I'm sorry, no Alice Madness. Besides, I heard it's a really long game anyway, so I don't know if I really want to do a long game after Catherine. That one took a lot out of me. Anyways, moving on. Next question is from, again, 2021. Hey Dan, I know you've done videos celebrating holidays and different festivals, but I don't think I've ever heard you talk about the nightlife in Canada. What are the clubs and bars like? And are there any things or hobbies you're secretly into, like fixing old cars and stuff? Very unique question. I've actually never got that question before. Well, in Canada it's different, obviously. Everywhere in Canada has a different bar scene. Like, let me start out, for example. Where I live in the province of Alberta, and Alberta has the lowest drinking age. Once you're 18, you are legal. You are no longer a minor, whereas everywhere else in Canada it's 19. But I'm 20, so it doesn't matter. In like 6 months, and then I can be legal all over the world, which is pretty ballin'. So, anyways, I gotta say, from where I live in Edmonton. If you guys don't know where that is, well, I'm not gonna bother explaining. But it's the capital of Alberta. Edmonton Oilers, Edmonton Eskimos. I don't know. Ring a bell. Anyways. The bar life here is kind of shitty. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the bars themselves are okay. Like, just regular bars are okay. Like, I like to going to places like Hudson's or Brewster's, just for some wings and beers with my friend. That's my preferred hangout. But the clubs in Edmonton are kind of shitty, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I remember one bar I used to frequent. It would be the best one out of all of them, I think, because a lot of them are country bars, and I hate country, so it's not me. But one of them was basically a good mix between rock and like top 40, so a good mix of music there and whatnot. But I had so many bad experiences. This one little Asian bouncer, he was built, but he was really short. He threw me out 5 times. And I'm not, guess what? 3 of those times, I was the designated driver. I'm not even kidding you guys. Or no, wait, I think 2 of those times I was designated. 2 of those times I was designated driver and he threw me out. What does that say to you? The other times I was probably drunk. But still, you don't throw someone else who's the designated driver. I wasn't even drunk. I wasn't stumbling. He just grabbed me by the scruff of my neck and threw me out the door. I was like, what the fuck? I was pissed. So my friend knew the manager at the time, and, you know, I talked to him and I gave him a piece of my mind. But, well, I gotta tell you, man, it's not. Oh, I'm gonna close that. There we go. I'll have to edit that because I don't want you guys knowing my private stuff. But anyways, like I was saying, in terms of bars, I'm not one to hit the clubs much anymore. I used to when I was 18, definitely, because, you know, once you turn 18 here, you're legal, so you go kind of all out. But now I don't like it. I prefer, like I said, just to have a beer and wings with some friends. Occasionally I'll get drunk, but not too often. But if that answers your question. Now, your second question, do I have any secret hobbies? Not really. I don't do too much outside of things. I mean, I guess I'm sort of a collector, but nothing that you guys don't know about. Like, people always ask me, you know, how do you afford these games? Do you trade them in? No, I don't trade them in, you guys. I have all the games I bought. I like to keep them as a collection, if that makes sense. Same with Blu-rays. I like to collect Blu-rays. I don't know if that counts as a hobby, but I don't really have too many hobbies. I enjoy cars, though, if you like it. Like, I like cars. Like, you know, different models, years, everything. I love them. They're fun to. I love the look of them. I'd like to drive a large amount of cars that I can't have access to, but that's the thing, you know. But yeah, so I guess that qualifies as a hobby. Thanks for the question. All right, moving on. Next question comes from the Chosen Girl 97. Dan, did you get my message or comment that showed a list of game, and will you be doing playthroughs of any of those games? No, I did not get that list. Maybe you could send it to me again, but actually you might not need to. Go check. Okay, I'm gonna make this unanimous for everybody. Go to my my channel description. So click my channel, go to my channel description, and go to and look at the big list. I have a list of completed games and projects that I've done, including all demos, betas, DLCs, full games, multiplayer segments. All that is shown there. And above that is a complete list of games that I will be doing, upcoming projects. Now, if you don't see the game there, I haven't updated it. But recently I updated all the games I will be doing up till what is known in 2012. So, like, I even have like Metal Gear Solid Rising up there now, and a few things like that. So right now it's the most current it's been in a while. So if you want to go check out what I'm doing, check it out. But if it's not up there right now, it means that I haven't decided on it yet. Now, there's one game, Silent Hill. Oh, what the hell is it called? The new Silent Hill game. I apologize. It's slipping my mind what it's called. But the new Silent Hill game might be coming out in November, around the 15th, and I can't afford, or well, not only can I not afford to get that many games at one time, but that's just stress. That's like 4 games on one day, and I probably won't do that. But if it's 2012, it said it might get delayed to 2012, then I'd probably do it. But that's just what I'm saying. Okay, so we'll go to the next page. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, next one comes from Boylan Ganger. I hope I said that right again. Did you enjoy doing the Gears of War ballad? Yes, I did. I wrote and sung a ballad about Gears of War. You can check that out on my DanQ Raps channel if you did not know it even existed. Mainly, it's hip-hop songs that I rap to, which it's all for fun and games. I'm not trying to take it too seriously, but I do try to have a serious aura about it. I know I'm too white for it, but it's fun anyway. But I changed things up, and I wrote a slower ballad, and I kind of sung to it. So, anyways, if you want to go watch it, you can go check that out. Anyway, do you think you will do more like that? I hope so. My favorite lyric is "What's a lonely gear to do?" Yes, that's what I say. Reminds me of something I'd say if I was Marcus. I'm sure you've heard Aerials by System of a Down. Of course, System of a Down is one of my favorite bands. You could so pull that off if you wanted to when he sings of the chorus. Okay, a little bit wishy-washy with the grammar there, but that's okay. I don't really like the yelling he does. Just keep it up because you have talent. You just got to grab it by the neck and squeeze all you can out of it. I gotta agree with you there. People are gonna like hate on it. Obviously, I mean, I agree. I can take constructive criticism well, But unless you're just a full-on, just say, oh, you fucking suck, I usually don't really give a shit. But sometimes I like to teach them a lesson by taking what they say and flipping it back into their words, but like flipping it up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say if some guy said, had a lot of spelling errors, or blah blah blah, I'll say exactly what he said, except direct edit him. That way it's funnier. But anyways, that's would I consider doing another one. Honestly, anything is available. Sorry, anything could happen. I never decide. If the moment strikes me, I'll just say, I feel like doing this, or I get an idea, then I'll do it. If you guys generally like that song, maybe I could do another sort of slow song where I actually sing. Not something too up-tempo, because when I start singing like up-tempo, I'm not that good of a singer. But in certain ways, you can. Like if I make my voice really deep, like, you know, like Johnny Cash, like, I fell into... It's a little better, but still not that much. Anyway, we'll just play it by ear. You see something, you'll see something. So if you want to sub to DanQ Raps, I release songs on a fairly often basis, basically whenever I feel like it, pretty much. So next question comes from Main Vibes. Do you play any instruments, or have you ever attempted to learn any instruments? Yes, I have. A long time ago, I think I was 13 at the time, 13, 14 area. I was briefly teaching myself how to play guitar. I could play a lot of AC/DC songs, none of the solos because I was never that good. I can play drums a little bit right now. I'm actually pretty good. And believe it or not, where I got the skill from that is Rock Band. I am not kidding. I can make a pretty decent beat. I'm not like retardedly good, but I can definitely play at some skill level. And other than that, no, I haven't really. I mean, I've had, like, at my workplace, we have, believe it or not, we have DJ systems, and I've been scratching whenever I get a chance because it's so fun. Just hook up my iPhone to it, and then get like a scratching, get a random CD, just scratch it while my music plays in the back. It's fun to do that. So that's all I've ever done. If I were to learn an instrument now, it would be something of the turntables, I think, because that's what interests me at the moment. So anyway, next question comes from Crane4. Hey Dan, I just went on this vid, but my first thought on asking a question is how long have you been doing this, and why have you begun this hobby to begin with? Okay, more grammar, but I know what you're saying. This in particular, I've been doing it since early 2010, and when I mean early, I mean January. The first playthrough I ever did was Mass Effect 2. It was non-commentary, but it was still all right for my first playthrough. It was on PC, believe it or not. I recorded that one on PC because I didn't have my PVR just yet, but I wanted to do a walkthrough. Excuse me. So when you see Mass Effect 2 on this thing, it is a completely new game on the PC. It's not related to at all what my character progression has been in Mass Effect 2 on the 360. You can see my progression on the 360 on the DLCs that I covered, because all the DLCs I did on the 360. So all the events from the 360 will be carried over to Mass Effect 3, which I will be doing on my Xbox 360 because I have a PVR now. So hope that answers your question. But anyway, that's how long I've been doing it. So it's been a year and a half, I'd say, since I've done it. Been doing this particular playthrough thing. Okay, and I saw your vid before. You seem to have a shitload of games. It's just a curious thing since you already have your page loaded from what I can tell. Just the beginning. And unsure if you're willing to answer, already asked and pardon me. Don't worry, I accept all questions because there's always newcomers and people forget. So I accept all questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question unless, of course, you say something like, how do I breathe? That's a dumb question. But anyways, I do have a lot of games, mainly 360 because I got a PS3 last year in September. So I haven't had a PS3 for overly long. I have about 10 games for the PS3, which is quite a bit for like considering how long I've had it. But most of my 360 games are from 2005 and onward, because I got a 360 on launch day of 2005, November 22nd. So that's all that time of collecting. My brother bought games too, but a while back he took his games with him, blah, blah, blah. So that's just that. Yeah, I do have a lot of games, and I doubt I'll get rid of them. Honestly, I have a thing about that. Like I said, I'm a bit of a collector. So the next question is from Toucan Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you get recognized when you're outside by random people? No, that has not happened before. Honestly, that'd be funny if I did. The only person... Actually, no. No one has recognized me yet. That'd be really cool if someone did, though. Maybe it'll happen sometime, but we'll see. And he asked 2 more questions for me. Do you think any older games, example NES, N64, PSX, should be brought back to the newer generations of gaming consoles, and if so, which ones? Now, if you guys know, for example, I'm doing 3 playthroughs in September in one game. And I'm talking about the Splinter Cell trilogy. It got delayed once again to September 27th, September 23rd in Europe. It's in North America, it's on the 27th. That'll give me enough time to hopefully play the 3 games, because I've played them all many times, so I basically know where I'm going, and it would be nice quick playthroughs. Those have been revamped Splinter Cell games to HD. That is cool. And that's the thing, that's my whole point of the Wii U. Remember how I was did my E3 coverage, Dan's thoughts on E3? I talked about the Wii U, and I said if they made the HD console like they originally promised, not only would they, and if they just released classic games like Super Mario HD, Legend of Zelda HD, Super Smash Bros. HD, things like that, you put that in the game, HD, you have people bought. People will buy that, even if they're older, but they've been HDs. You know what I mean? The 3D thing is different. Like, there's